Capcom Cup 2018, which is really memorable for me because to get into top 8 for Capcom Cup is actually really difficult because it's the top 32 people in the whole world, and when he got to top 8, he won that match and he knew he was in top 8. It just makes me so happy to see him popping off. Xian is such a humble person, he seldom pops off. So I think that was like way overdue for all his efforts and everything, which made my heart explode.
Everybody knew him back in the day when he got third place in the King of Fighters tournament. He was only 11 years old. When we first met was when it was at the arcade in Bugis.
Bugis arcade days, I think every Singaporean would know, and everyone plays Street Fighter. That's where we kind of all grew up and got to know each other. He was a quiet guy, I think, but he was very skillful.
He never knew what the pro players were supposed to do. He was not in that culture, and he went to find out things on his own and everything. And the players that he actually idolized on YouTube, he never imagined that he would be competing with them or winning them someday. He's one of the arguably most humble champion that I know. Recently, he has been really too tired and lonely because, especially when he travels to faraway places like the States or Europe, compared to players from Japan or America or Hong Kong, they travel in groups and it's so much more fun that they have company and he doesn't. Yeah, so he does get lonely in that sense. So whenever I catch him laughing or smiling, it makes me really happy also.
Next hand, Keto fighting for his life. What does he have left? Oh! Final pixel. Oh, low frog into the hands, confirm!
Xian has taken it, and there is his country teammate Z.
Up there with a huge hug, Singapore, your Evolution 2013 champion.
I think if not for Xian, I think Singapore wouldn't even be on the world map, and also on top of that, shares a lot with the Singapore players as well. And then constantly sort of, if you need advice or to improve your game, he's always there to share.
He did a lot for the fighting game community. He paid their accommodation, paid their air ticket for them to fly overseas, for them to have a chance to perform, where this is very hard for him to get last time when he was still young. So he got an opportunity from someone. So this particular person paid for his accommodation, his flights, everything. So which led to where he was today, Evo Champ.
What keeps him going is the existence of our Singapore community. He just tells them all their secrets about playing. He'd rather let go of his secrets so that they know how to win him, now that they know what he's using to win them, and then he would have to overcome that.
I believe he's an inspiration in a sense that he's a role model for all esports players in Singapore. He's just someone who works hard. I mean, he might be a talented player, but nothing comes free. So he works hard, he dedicated all his time to Street Fighter, and I believe he got his just deserves.
The norm is when you lose, you go back into the training lab, work harder to improve for the next tournament. He does the same thing when he wins. So he handles his losses with respect, he handles his wins humbly. I like that he didn't become arrogant at all. He still remains humble. He is as willing to teach right now as he was as willing to learn back then. He's just very inspiring to me.